Hi guys, in this video we are going to know about evaluation and development of HRM. Okay, what is meant by HRM? HRM is nothing but process of managing people in organization in a structured manner. This was said by in the earlier. Now present HRM is nothing but encompass the management of people in organizations from a macro perspective. Managing people, or we can also say about managing people in the form of collective relationship between the management and employees. The mainly concepts of HRM we are going to know about in the next video, upcoming video. So we are knowing to about this evaluation of HRM. We can able to see in the picture the human being has life evaluated from one stage to another in the same kind. Evaluation of HRM has been done in the same way. Evaluation of HRM over the period of time is most important for understanding the philosophy, functions and practices of HRM that are followed in different situations, so that relevant HRM practices are involved in the present situation. So basically HRM is being a part of management discipline was follow the pattern of development of management because of this interrelationship of the problems of both the fields. HRM is relatively a very recent term considered for managing human resources in an organization. HRM is still evolving to become an amalgam of organizational behavior, personal management, industrial revolution, and labor liberalization. This is nothing but a short discussion about the evaluation. Then next we are going to the second portion of this industrial revolution, 1760 onwards. Actually, industrial revolution is nothing but development of machinery tools and decreasing of the work of labor or an employee in the company. Okay, we are going to discuss about this. It was the transition of new era of manufacturing process in Europe and US period between 1760s. The transition included going from hand production methods to machines, new chemical manufacturing, etc. The development of machine tools and the rise of the machined factory system. This industrial revolution also led to an unpredicted rise in the rate of population growth. By the mid 18th century, was the world's leading commercial nation controlled a global trading empire with colonies in North America and the Caribbean and through activities of East India Company. The development of trade and the rise of business were the major causes of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution is a major turning point in history. Almost every aspect of daily life was influenced in some way. In particular, average income and population began to exhibit an unpredicted substantial growth. Some economics have said the most important effect of the Industrial Revolution was the standard of living for the general population in the Western world began to increase constantly for the first time in the history. Although others have said that it did not begin meaningfully improving this industrial revolution. This is small information about the industrial revolution. Next we are going to know about trade unionism, the post World War One. This movement in India started with the forming of Bombay Mill Hands Association in 1890 by N.K. Lockhands. In 1897, Amalgamated Society of Railway Servants. Prince of Unions calculate in 1905. 1905, Madras and Calcutta Portal Unions in 1967, where the other also these were formed in the beginning of the movement. There was no trade unions in true sense, but rather social organizations. The main aims of these organizations were to promote welfare activities and spread literacy among workers. These associations were not affiliated to any central organization or federation. The leadership to these unions was provided mostly by social reformers, cadets, and politicians come nationalists. These were the trade at the beginning of the World War One, and the only main thing is formed to recognition for them and give a support to them and freedom for the unions of the trade. Next, scientific management by Taylorism. Okay, we are going to know about scientific management. Small information about I can able to give this. It is a theory of management that analyzes and synthesizes workflow. Its main objective is improving economic efficiency, especially labor productivity. It was one of the earliest adaptations of applied science to the engineering to process to management. Scientific management is sometimes known as Taylorism after its pioneer Frederick Winslow Taylor was done an experiment about on it. Okay, Taylor began the theory development in the US during in 1880s or 90s within manufacturing industries, especially structure of it. Its a peak influence come in the 1900s and 1920s. The scientific management was still influential but had enforced into the competition and synthesis of these opposing and complementary ideas. It includes some many techniques, analysis, synthesis, logic and rationality, empiricism, work, ethic, efficiency and elimination of work, standardization of best practices. The experiment of this main scientific management of Taylorism is nothing but a particular employee is managed and controlled by some of the source and able to manage to think that he has under observer and able to produce the work of the managed employee will be increased. Next, human relations movement. Hawthorne experiments. Which Hawthorne experiments is human relations movement. It rules to the research of organization development who study the behavior of people in groups and an individual and particularly in workplace groups, other related concepts in fields such as industrial and organizational psychology. It organized in the 1930s. This was done by the Hawthorne, which examined the effects of social relationships, motivations, and employee satisfaction on factory productivity. The movement knew owned by the workers in terms of their psychology and fit with companies rather than interchangeable parts. It is resulted in the creation of the discipline of human relations management. Main experiment of done by him, the relations done by the employees in the with co-employee in the factory or workplace, how can it manage, this was explained. Then this was World War II, join us in the Victory Club. This was at the time of World War II. Many of them are forced to or have are came forward to apply the national service in the during the World War II. Even humans, that was the first time in the history humans came to the out and they sacrificed their life and work in this situation. Industrial and organizational psychology. Psychology in the workplace. Everyone has different mindset in the workplace and each one has different to able to work. The main things in the industrial policies are number one, policy planning, employee testing and selection, training and development design, improving management,